Hello everyone, welcome back to the KoreanKetoGuy channel, and yes, back at you all with another episode, another how-to series, right? In this episode, I'm going to show you guys how to, from start to finish, cook cod in the oven, okay? So I'll put the link to the video where I was eating the salmon and the cod doing a mukbang video, and in there I promised I'd make you guys, or I would make this show or episode to show you guys how exactly I do it, and here it is, right? So I'll be cooking that cod. Now real quick, before we jump into that too, a couple things, right? Really quick updates. One, you may notice a little bit different sort of angle here. So I finally have the camera on a real tripod. I don't know, it took me forever to find it. And then the second really big update is I got new lighting courtesy of Seps88. So just a huge shout out to Seps88, aka Victor, hometown friend, for setting me up with some lights. So I have one of those right now. So hopefully the lighting is a little better. But anyways, that being said, let's get right into it, right guys? Because I really do want to show you guys how simple it is. Some people get intimidated, quite frankly, with anything, right? Let alone imagine fish, right? Like salmon or cod. But I'll show you guys how honest, it's just so simple, it's crazy, right? Now, it may take a few tries in terms of getting it just right, but I feel like no matter what, if you do it the first time around, it's gonna come out pretty good. And then from there, you only get better. So anyways, without further ado, if you're working with ovens, electric ovens in this case, I prefer to broil over bake. Okay, so this one has a broil feature. If your oven has a broil feature, that's what we're going to be using, right? So in this particular instance, got an electric oven. We're just going to hit broil, and then we're just going to hit start, right? And I usually like to give it 7 minutes, right? So it's kind of like a preheating type of thing. Not really necessary. So for example, if you have a gas oven, and you have a broiling feature, chances are you may not really need to do this preheating. You can just turn on the broiler and then the gas, oven it's already ready to go. Electric ones, I've noticed that if you let it preheat for a little bit, it tends to work a little bit better. So that's why I'm doing, that's why I'm letting this preheat. But anyways, if you got an electric oven, hit the bake, hit the start. If you got a gas oven, hit the broiler and you're ready to rock and roll, right? So I've got 7 minutes here to kind of just prep. As far as prep is concerned, here's what you're gonna need. Well, first, you're going to need a cod, right? So let's literally take the cod out of the fridge. Like I said, from start to finish, here's our cod, okay? Now, of course, this is keto-friendly, right? This is the KoreanKetoGuy channel after all, so anything I'm ever doing is going to be keto, just in case you guys are wondering. It's like, oh, is this all keto-friendly? Absolutely, it's keto-friendly. So here's 1 pound of cod from, you guys guessed it, H-E-B, my absolute favorite grocery store. It's about $14.74. for 1 pound of cod, a little more than 1 pound. So that's what you need, 1 pound of cod. Second thing you're gonna need a baking sheet, pan, whatever you wanna call it, and depending on the size, you may need a really big one or a really small one. Actually, my normal go-to would be this. It's a pretty big baking sheet. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use this because I do have smaller ones, but hey, you know what? As long as it can fit, that's the key, right? You're looking for something that can fit in your pan, then you're good to go. So that's what you're going to need a baking pan, right? I guess step 3, right? Since we're doing this whole thing, right? Step 1, you need a cod. Step 2, you need a pan. Step 3, I'm going to say, of course, you need some aluminum foil, which, wow, this new angle is so awesome, guys. Look. Now you can see what I'm actually doing. So I'm literally reaching in to my pantry and I'm grabbing aluminum foil, and it was all still in one shot. Power of a real tripod, I tell you. But that's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need aluminum foil so you can cover the pan. Okay, here we go. And just like that, right? Just enough to cover the baking pan. And the reason is, some of you guys may not like this one here, but it just makes for way easier cleanup, right? Because afterwards you're probably tired, you don't want to wash the dishes and stuff. You put it on a nice sheet of aluminum foil like this, right? Just like so. Okay. Like this. Everything stays in here. Once the fish or the cod or whatever you're cooking is done, boom, throw away the aluminum foil and you're ready to rock and roll, right? That's it. Nothing else to do. But yeah, step 3 is you get some aluminum foil. Last but not least, I would say this is more of a bonus item. Look this tall over there. I like to use a little bit of olive oil, okay? Now, look at this. I got my coconut oil here. I got my good old keto-friendly coconut oil there. But I also like olive oil as well. And in this particular instance, just so that it doesn't really stick, it kind of helps prevent it to stick. But I'm just gonna put a little bit. So step 4 would be just to put a little bit of olive oil, just like that. And then the last step, right? Since we're doing the last steps here, I guess step 5 here would be open up the cod and just put it right on there. Here we go. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Oh, in this case, beautiful 2-piecer. 2 pieces of beautiful cod right here. Comes out to 1 pound. And actually, you can kind of like swirl the cod around in there to get it kind of coated. And then we wash our hands, right? All right, and you guys can actually see me now. Look at this. I've got my whole kitchen here. I'm gonna start calling this this is the Korean Keto Guy how-to series, but it's gonna be like Korean Keto Guy in the kitchen, right? Because like, this is my new headquarters, if you will. I'm gonna be doing everything in my kitchen. And it's convenient that everything fits in one shot. You can see the sink, you can see my pantry, you can see the oven, you can see everything. The lighting, of course, awesome. It looks better. But that's pretty much it, guys. Paper towel, look, you can see me get paper towels. Just make sure I didn't make a huge mess here. But that's pretty much it. Look at this. That's just 1 pound of cod in a baking pan over aluminum foil, olive oil, right? So 5 literal steps, right? Step number 1, get the cod. Step number 2, get a baking pan. Step number 3, get the aluminum foil on the baking pan. Step number 4, get the cod, step number 4 is put the olive oil so it doesn't stick onto the pan. And then of course, step number 5, just kind of twirl it and put the cod on there. That is it, guys. 5 super fast, easy, simple steps. And look at this, 1 minute and 42 seconds left for the preheater. You know what, since we do have 1 minute and 42 seconds or so, I will add a bonus step, right? So if you got seasoning, this is the time we can also throw it on there, right? Some people like to season it afterwards or whatever, but you can just take this time while you're waiting for the oven to preheat and put some seasoning, right? If you had a gas oven, you just would throw it in because you're already like, hey, I'm wasting time or whatever. But with an oven, with the electric oven that you're waiting anyways on, this is when you can do it. Now, these are my staples: Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, and in this case, I have a bonus, I have a cameo spice, garlic powder. This goes well with cod. Excuse me. So we're just gonna put some spices on there. And boom, that is it. Bonus step. Step number 6, if you want to call it. We got our dressed cod with seasoning and 40 seconds left to go for the oven to be finished preheating, right? Quite frankly, I would even just put it in now. So I'll do this. Turned off the timer, it's ready to go. We're gonna place it. Now key thing about the oven here. When you're broiling, you're gonna put whatever rack is closest to the heating element. So in this case, my heating element is at the top. So we're gonna put the rack pretty much as close to the top as you can. Now, if it's too hot, you can move the rack 1 down, right? So that's the key. If you're broiling, put it as close to the heating element. If it's too hot, move it down to the next level down. So that's key, okay guys? Anyways, as you can see, I don't know if you can see the oven here, but it's red hot. You can even see it here. Look at that glowing red hot element. I have my rack right down the second one, not the first one to the top, but the second down to the top. So we're gonna throw it right in, okay? Ooh, it is hot. Once you place it in, we're gonna put the timer, 7 minutes. And then from there you flip it, 6 minutes or so, and we're done. So I will use my good old YouTube magic and I'll see you guys in like 7 minutes.
A few moments later.
All right guys, we're back and the timer is blaring off here. So we're gonna hit the off button. We're also gonna make sure we get our handy dandy oven mitt because it's hot. And we're gonna pull that out and take a look. Oh boy, oh boy. It is nice and flaky. Look at that, nice and flaky with the smoke coming out. Here's what we're gonna do. Now, normally you'd think you would need tongs to do the flip and then put it back in for the 6 minutes, but I'm gonna show you guys another trick. Right. The trick is you're going to use 2 spatulas, okay? You're going to use 2 spatulas because I found it much easier to use 2 and flip, okay? So look, I can even probably finally show you guys here, right, at this angle. We're going to start with a little piece of cod. We're going to use the softest spatula you have. So I do have a plastic one, it works a little better. We're going to use it to kind of loosen it up at the bottom and flip, okay? Same thing here, we're going to loosen it up at the bottom here, loosen it up, loosen it up, loosen it, it's all loose, and then we're going to do our best to flip. And then flip. Ooh. Alright. That's a little bit of a fail. It's not guaranteed, but I think it does a better job than tongs. So, let me show you guys. I failed a little bit, but the point is you got it flipped over, so now you're ready to put it back in. Timer for 6 minutes. And there we go. YouTube magic. I'll see you guys back in 6 minutes.
A few moments later.
And we're back. 6 minutes on the dot. Turn off the timer. Get your handy dandy oven mitt. Oh, wow. And then let's get that cut out. Look at that. It's hard to see from here. Oh, look at that smoke. But basically, it's got this nice little flakiness. It's got this nice little coloring. Almost a little crispy, I think. But anyways, it's getting hot. So we're going to put it down here. Let it cool down. Of course, let's turn off the oven. Gotta be safe, right? Turn off the oven. And boom, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That easy. Let's recap that. It took 7 minutes to preheat, 7 minutes to bake on the front, on the top, 6 minutes to, broil at the other side, for a grand total of what, 7, 14, 6, for 20 minutes. That's it. 20 minutes to get 1 pound of cod nicely broiled in your oven. And it tastes amazing, I promise. If it doesn't, let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, guys, thank you as always, right? Again, a huge shout out to Steps88, aka Victor, for setting me up with a new light system. This tripod, I guess just not even a shout out, I had it, it just took me forever to find it, but now I have it on a tripod. But yeah, guys, super excited to bring more how-to series since I've heard back that the how-to series are pretty popular. You guys want to see more, so there's a lot more coming. But yeah, guys, as always, please stay safe out there. If you do enjoy this content, of course, give it a thumbs up, click on the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next weekend. Take care, everybody.